Well, I'm sure glad that you've joined with me today. No particular introduction is necessary for today's session. We're going to just jump right into drawing our Zentangle composition for today. So let's get started. We'll start with the four corner dots, a very traditional sort of Zentangle thing to do, but we're going to use it to guide our drawing as well. It's not just a practice for the sake of doing it. We'll connect our corner dots with a simple border line. And now let's draw some diagonal lines from corner to corner. And now looking at this, we want to draw some items here that we're going to divide our shape a little bit further for us and give us a guide. So we want to try to measure up. Let's use a pen here, I'll show you. So using my cap, I'm going to go up right to where that metal starts, and I'll go this way to where that metal starts. So I have an idea of where that line should be equal in both cases. And I'm just going to draw this diagonally over aura, create an aura to this line, but just go up to that other pencil mark. So we should have two roughly equal spaces on each side of this center line, and we're going to use that for one of our tangle patterns, so that's going to help us. Now, orienting your tile like this, let's grab the pen and go to the next step. We'll create our first tangle pattern. So drawing this pattern, we're going to start about here, and we're going to curve up like this. So we're going to keep this line pretty close to the bottom edge there, curve around into a spiral, make a couple loops, and then end with a little bold tip like that. Now we're going to aura this, starting at this line, and curve all the way around, and we'll anchor it down here. Just like that. And now create a few additional lines that tether at that same point. And you can turn your tile as needed, of course, and if you go outside your border, that's completely fine. Just make sure you draw the shape the best way that you can. Just like that. Now we're going to draw a few additional little curves up here that will also get smaller as we go toward that pointed end. Like that. Almost like a seashell shape. Boy, say that 50 times fast. I won't even try it, get myself into trouble. Now starting here, toward the bottom or the middle of this shape, we're going to curve up and around here. It should be a similar shape, but it doesn't have to be the same size or the exact same dimensions. And then we'll create that aura. And then we'll make those additional shapes. Now, as you're drawing this, try not to encroach too far into this area. A little bit is fine, but we want to make sure we have a proper amount of space down in here for our next tangle. So we don't want to get too crazy here in the way these shapes might overlap. Just something like that. So I've gone over that a little bit, that's fine. Now we'll draw these other shapes, or lines in this case. But we've created two facing shapes there, and we're going to do the same idea over here on this side. So we'll just start down at the base here, curve up, and then we aura that line and tether it down here at the point. And then we'll just do some of our additional shapes to make this complete. Like that. And now the next one will start midway here and curl up to there. I'm actually going to wrap this one behind a little bit, just to give it a little variety. Whoops, I did mess up there. But in Zentangle we say no mistakes, right? So I just keep on trucking. We'll somehow make do with that line in a moment. So now the next shape we want to do is called Shattuck. And we're going to start drawing a few parallel lines that follow the path of these pencil marks that we made. And they stop at that first diagonal spot right here. Now I would recommend orienting your drawing this way for this next part, and we'll draw some half or quarter circles like that, and we can ink these in. We'll come back and ink them in a minute, but now we want to draw some aura lines that follow this initial curve and connect those two straight pieces we drew. So now we'll take this side, starting in that same spot, and just mirror this set of curves. Now we'll draw a little curved line in these corners, and we'll mirror this as well. Now these will be inked in as well, so if you need to reshape that line like I just did, that's fine. So this could be inked. These can be inked. Now we'll make some aura lines just like we did here. Now let's go back to here. We'll go up just a little bit, extend those lines, and then draw a connected orb. Then we'll extend these lines out and we can ink this in now. Now we want to morph our Shattuck. It's normally just a repetitive pattern like this, but we're going to pretend that these little pieces can come out and do something else. So starting with the first line to the outside, just watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring this up and just connect. So bring this up and connect. So now we assume this other line is here. You can bring that down and connect there. Same here. It connects. And now we would assume there's another line here. And there's one more line. So we want 4 lines on each side like that. Now let's draw a border along our pencil line, and if necessary you can connect some of these details here. Nothing here on the corner for me. So now anywhere that is open, we can ink that in. Spaces between our shapes. Let's also draw a couple parallel border lines here on the bottom, just to give this a little more substance. And now let's move on to the shading. So now that we've got a good 3D sense going on there, let's add some good shading up here in the corner. Some nice dark graphite. Down along toward the edge here. And then let's, whoops, sorry for the spin there, and then let's blend this and smooth it outward. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I hope that you've enjoyed the process, and I look forward to seeing everyone again real soon back in the Tangles and Tunes channel. Until then, take care now. Bye-bye.